Hello and welcome to a JennyCardDesigns special presentation. This is the Christmas Cards and Crafts series of 2020. These videos will share paper crafting, tutorials, and inspiration with all of you. I hope that you enjoy. I have a really fun project to share with you today. I'm going to start with some dies from Gina K Designs. These are the Master Layouts die set 1 and 2. I'll be using a little bit of those. I also have this Gina K Designs stamp set called Christmas Wishes. This is one of my all-time favorite Christmas stamp sets. It's very well used. And then I've got a couple of pieces of pattern paper. And this pattern paper comes from this pack from Authentique. And it has a bunch of very sort of rustic looking pastel colors, and I really like this pattern paper pack. It's really nice, and it's nice thick cardstock style paper. So I'm going to be using some of those for my card project today. So we'll start with a piece of Neenah Classic Crest Solar White cardstock, and I'm just going to cut that down in half, and I'm going to put this in my scoreboard at the 8.5 inch side, and I'm going to score at 2 1/4 inches. And I'm going to be making a gatefold card, and I don't really care to figure out math. So instead of trying to figure out what my next score is, I'll just turn my cardstock around and score again at 2 1/4 inches. Actually, I think it's 2 1/8. 2 1/8 of an inch. And then I will burnish my score marks and get nice sharp creases on the corners of my cardstock. And now we have a cute little gatefold card. And now we're going to decorate this. This is a simple card. There's nothing overly complicated about it, but the result is beautiful in the end. So I'm going to use Gina K Designs Master Layouts die set 1. And I've got the larger and the smaller rectangle dies. And I'm going to run those through my die cutting machine and get 2 perfectly cut panels to layer on top of each other. And we've got this beautiful layer in behind. I'm using Gina K Designs Wild Wisteria cardstock for this. It's such a nice cardstock. So I just want to figure out where I want this to lay. I like the pattern paper on the back of this stripes. I had a hard time using it because the socks, they're so cute. So I'm going to adhere that down, and I'll use some tape runner for that. And now I'm going to take this to my trimmer. I want to cut it in half to fit on my gatefold card. And here I am trying to figure out the math. And I don't know what I was doing. I didn't cut it right. Spoiler alert, I did cut it wrong. And it kind of ruined the results of my card. But that's okay. It's a handmade card. It's not perfect. So we'll just accept it and move along. So once I'm done, still trying to figure out with my phenomenal brain how to cut this in half, I decide to cut it at whatever I cut it at, and of course I failed miserably at life, and it is not the same. It's off by like 1/4 inch, but no worries, there's a fix for that. We have a paper trimmer that can trim off that extra. So I'll just put the 2 pieces together, and I'll just check the measurements, retrim it. Everything looks good. Nobody will know the difference until we get these adhered down. Then you're going to really see what I did wrong. So I adhere these panels right to my gatefolds. I put 1 on each side, and I just lined it up. You can use your scoreboard here to help make sure it's lined up properly. So this is where you'll notice that it doesn't look right. The horizontal or the diagonal lines don't line up anymore because there's a piece missing. I guess it's okay. You don't really notice until you look for it. So I'm going to use Gina K Designs Master Layout die set 1 again, and I'm using the ovals, and there's too many little pieces in that die for me to worry about poking it all out right now. So I'm just going to throw it off to the side, and now I'm going to use this cute little winter hats pattern paper. It's got winter hats and mitts on it, and I'll use the oval that layers on this scallop oval to cut it out, and use my tape runner and adhere it down. So we have this cute little scalloped border around my hats and mitts. And when I put it up against my gatefold, I decided What's a Christmas card with a little bit of glitter? So I went to my scraps and found a piece of silver glitter cardstock, and I'm just going to cut out a little strip to go across the front of the card. It's going to be sort of like a grounding layer for my oval, and I'll get that adhered to both sides of my gatefold and trim off the excess. And I want to make sure that everything lines up so as not to make anything else crooked, because we already have that going on. So that looks good. And then when I put my oval over top, I decided to continue that with a little strip of glitter all the way across. And you'll see why I did this when I put the sentiment on. I'm going to glue this oval down on one side of my gatefold. So I'll put liquid adhesive on there to make sure that it's not going to go anywhere. And I'll press everything down. Then I add that little strip over top of my oval, and it just meets all the way across like it's supposed to be there. And then next thing I'm going to do is stamp a sentiment. So I grabbed these stitched banners from Master Layouts Die Set 2. And I'm going to cut out a little banner using this same Wild Wisteria cardstock. And I used the stamp Winter Wishes from that Gina K Designs stamp set that I showed you earlier. And I heat embossed that with silver. And now I'm going to take this little stitch banner and I'm going to place it right over top of that little glitter strip. So this is why I added that little strip in there. I think that's so cute. Okay. Looks good. Okay, the next thing I want to do is add just a little bit of embellishments. I have these beautiful gems from Gina K Designs. These are the Aurora something. I forget. Aura lights or Aura. Angel Aura. That's what it is. Angel Aura from Gina K Designs, and they're so pretty. So I just put one on each side of my banner, and I used liquid adhesive and a jewel picker for that. And then I'm gonna call this card done. That is it for my beautiful Winter Wishes Gatefold Christmas card. So here is a close-up look. Now, don't look too closely or you'll see that my diagonal lines don't line up. I had so much fun making this card. I don't often make gatefold cards, but I really enjoyed this one, and I think I might try to make them a little bit more often. So that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend it here with me. We are on project number 3 of our Christmas cards and crafts of 2020. I hope that you'll continue to join me for more as we celebrate card making and crafts for the holiday season from now until Christmas. Coming up on screen are a few videos I think you may enjoy. Have yourself a lovely day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!